Now, lately on my channel, I've been posting a lot of reviews lately, and I have been switching up the environment of each review I've been doing. Now, I've been getting some messages, from fans and from people who have been watching my channel and been a fan of my content for a very long time now. Some people have been asking me questions such as how I'm able to switch up, the environment as I'm doing each review. And some person actually asked me this question I thought was pretty hilarious. They was telling me how am I able to move every single material in my room to match the material that I'm reviewing. Now, honestly, I I didn't answer that question because I felt like I should just show you guys a video of what I'm doing, because me moving things in my room just to do a review, that's too much work. In fact, probably impossible. But you got people that do that just like it show the love of their fans. I would probably do that, but by me having too much stuff in my room, I'd rather just show you guys how I really do these things. If y'all see my show and tell review, then people will already know how to do these reviews. But for newcomers that haven't seen my show and tell review, I am just going to show y'all the brief aspect of how I do things, and I'm going to leave a little link in the description box so you guys are still interested in seeing the full content of the video. Alright, now this is my anime aisle section. Does this look familiar to you? Well, that's because I've been doing a lot of anime reviews for a long while, and I've been doing it frequently lately. And this is why I do my anime reviews, to match the content that I'm talking about. Now, it's in need for some improvement, but at the same time, I think I should be straight for now, because I've been buying shells, I've been buying figures to make the content more engaging. So not only am I showing you footages or I'm showing you guys certain things of what I'm talking about, you guys get to be more entertained of the things I have in the background. Now, this is the movie section. Now, unlike the anime section, I don't really have a lot of space on this aisle. I mean, by this being in one big office of mine, there's going to be certain areas that's going to be lacking space. In the movie aisle, there's one of them, unfortunately. That's why if y'all look at some of my movie reviews, I'm normally sitting down instead of just standing up, so I can show you guys the full material of every single movie that I own. But other than that, it's still pretty detailed. Not as detailed as the anime section, but it's still acceptable. Now we have the video game section. Now, unlike the anime and the movie section, the video game section is huge. I had to put a few footages on there so you guys can get the full content of what I have in store for my video game reviews. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been doing a lot of video game reviews because video games do take time out of my day to complete. But fortunately, I was able to get this review out of the way, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But at the same time, oh my God, I actually forgot. I almost forgot. I actually have a package coming in today. It was from Amazon. Come in. Hello? Oh, that's weird. What the hell is going on here? What's going on with the color, huh? You know what? I think it could be the context lighting. Hold on, give me 1 second. You're not my Amazon package. What the hell is this? The nigga versus madness? What is going on? Who the hell are you? Okay, that's nice and everything. How the hell do I know what the hell he's saying? But anyway, you look nothing like Silencio! Ligo tu eco lesi na mona aso no mon. Get sigo muito sigo mona que porque placi no monena. Esse como nossa noena. Esse murico so na. Olha você no mon. E que você não. What there? What que eu sei ora. E que se biti no monata. E da sunoro. E pesita. E que você ainda pa. You're gonna get that? You can go ahead and put that in the shelf, please. Appreciate it. So, you was in the middle of, your, yeah. Alright, oh, shit, this is a little embarrassing. I'll let you hop to it then. Alright, thank you. Freaking road got caught. You take it easy. Sorry about that. Okay. Might as well see what's inside this package, right? Son of a bitch, he already opened it. Look what came in today.
Insanity, whatever happened to humanity?
Can we get the color back, please? Thank you very much. Okay, Trek to Yomi is a side-scrolling action game that has been developed by Flying Wild Hog and has been published by Devolver Digital. As a vow to his dying master, the young swordsman, Hiroki, is sworn to protect his own town and the people he loves against the threats. Faced with tragedy and bound by duty, the lone samurai must voyage beyond life and death to confront himself and decide his path forward. This game is freaking amazing. Who played this game can agree, right? This game is great in all aspects. By the graphics, because this game, I played this on the PS5, and let me tell you, this game's side-scrolling action has pulled me in through the graphics and the gameplay, and even more than that. And I was pulled in so much to the point where, even though it was for the PS4, I think you will see the true potential of the game's engine if you play this on the PS5 version. And not only that, but the game is cheap. It's only $20. If those who have played it, they can agree too. There's no one that has played this game is going to say that this game is terrible, is lacking. The only thing that I've heard about this game that is a little bit on the negative side is that it's a Ghost of Tsushima ripoff. But unlike Ghost of Tsushima, Trek to Yomi does its own thing when it comes to it being a side-scrolling game and putting you back to those rolling times of the cinematography and the graphics as well by it being black and white. It doesn't just pull you in by the immersive gameplay, but it pulls you in by you seeing the visual aspects of the lifelike materials as you go forward with the side-scrolling action of the main character himself, Hiroki. I love this game, and by this game being $20, I'm gonna have to tell you right now, this game has like problems, but by it being that cheap, I have to overlook them, because even though I had a little nitpicks in there, I still enjoyed the game, and I have to say that this game is worth the purchase price. The game doesn't really drag at all. The game starts off as you play as Hiroki, and you don't play as a young girl, but you see the young girl Eiko as they begin to roam around the city before it be in peril as he loses his grandmaster. Now, at one point I thought that was going to be a flaw, because the game starts off after you lose your grandmaster and you already grow up to be an adult and you own the dojo and you're sworn to avenge your grandmaster and to find answers of what happened and how everything fall in place. So I was going to say that the game lacked character development because I want to see how everything falls into the hands of the character's potentials. But no, it didn't, because you learn as you progress through the game, and I thought it was pretty well done, especially when it came to the asperic movements of how you know how the characters is going to react when things get in peril to them. You see the realization how war takes place in this game, which a lot of games don't do. When a lot of war is introduced to us, like you play war games like Call of Duty and all this stuff. Trek to Yomi likes to focus on the aspects of how people are losing others, as you begin to go forward in this side-scrolling adventure. There's going to be a lot of crying, there's going to be a lot of dying, there's going to be a lot of sorrow, there's going to be a lot of tragedy, and the side-scrolling mechanics is very lifelike to me. You can even interact towards certain people as you begin to help them when you begin to find answers. And I thought that was well done. And by the graphics being very realistic, not only that Hiroki looked realistic and how things was portraying with his character, so did the environment. There was so many times that trees broke down, or I had to run from a flood, or there was times where there was a stampede coming, arrows getting thrown at me. They put a lot of detail to the side-scrolling adventure, to the point where it wasn't just cutting, hack, and slash and trying to get your revenge. No, the environment was against you as well when it came to the war aspects and the tragedy aspects, and I thought it was well done and well executed. Let's talk about the gameplay, because I think I'm talking too much about the graphics and cinematography because it pulled me in a lot. Okay, the gameplay is immersive. The gameplay is, whoo man, the gameplay is very difficult. I think it's because I played it on rogue mode, so I had to play it on that mode because I feel like that's the only realistic difficulty for you to feel the realistic gestures of a samurai, and it does, man. There were times where I thought I read an enemy's mechanics and I died continuously. I even did a let's play of the game and I was dying a lot, embarrassingly, in front of the fans that was watching me play this game. I didn't really feel bad though, because it was actually pulling people in to show you how difficult the game is when it comes to you not just wielding a sword, but you knowing the enemy's predictions and the enemy's movements. The enemies like to keep you guessing, and if you do figure the enemies out by the side-scrolling action-adventure game, there are going to be even more counterparts by you testing the difficulty ratio of your skills, by enemies coming back and forth, trying to attack you from behind, trying to attack you from side to side, using crossbows, using freaking ballistas. It's like this game wants to test your character out in a full immersive way. And I was I was literally on the edge of my seat each time playing this game. There was even times I was so much enraged playing this game by dying so many times, I was on the verge of literally quitting and just giving up on the game, but I couldn't do that because I know that the greater the difficulty, the greater the difficulty, the greater the rewards. And each time I've came across an enemy that was almost impossible for me to defeat, the rewards really granted me that blessing of just me going forward. And Trek to Your Mind does that in flying colors. You will not be sorry each time you go through your struggles. Now, I talked about the gameplay graphics and how it's a must own to the PS5, but I want to go deep into the immersive side of Hiroki. Now, what I like about Hiroki is that he's not just a person that's experiencing war and experienced a loss of his fallen comrades and stuff, but what I love most about this game is that it shows you the deep, dark aspects of what happens when a person that is in charge, a general or a captain, and he sees his comrades losing in front of him. It shows his insanity side. There was times when Hiroki was hallucinating. There was times when he had to fight ghosts of bandits that he has killed. I know this because there was actually game chapters of this franchise that I had to endure, and I was loving this. I was loving it so much. It came down to the point where this game was about war and you trying to seek revenge, to the point where you was traumatized of so many fallen enemies that you have stacked up in the body count, and they're all coming against you as ghosts. And the whole game just, I was getting a whole lot of horror game vibes playing this. In fact, by him attacking and him confronting his inner demons, and for him not to be completely insane, by him being blood drawn to him being a serial killer, I was getting X-Trauma vibes playing this game. Now, for those who don't know, X-Trauma is a novel that I've made that came out in March 15th. It's on my LinkedIn account if you want to purchase it. But I was willing to compare these two because the aspects of it is a little bit the same when it comes to the character being in limbo and being tested with his faith. And that's what happened with Hiroki's character. He was talking to the ghost of his Grand Master to tell him, what is it that you want to seek other than revenge? Do you want to seek guidance? Do you want to seek peace? Or do you want to seek love by you following the path of Aiko and y'all can live together forever? This is a story-based game, and it's also choice-driven. So I have to tell you, be very careful with the choices that you are going to be forced upon you, okay? Just choose what's common sense, honestly. So this game does right with the combat. This game does right with the cinematography. This game has done excellent when it comes to the graphics and being pulled in by the side-scrolling side effects of each character realizing and just going through the war aspects of losing each other's loved ones and you playing a part to help them out or avenging those who have fallen in battle. This game has succeeded in flying colors by being a successful side-scrolling samurai game. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of one of the best side-scrolling games I've ever played, probably ever in my opinion. And by it being $20, it's golden. But let's talk about the things that is a problem with this game. And it's only one problem, honestly. Well, two. One, it might be fixed during patching, but let's talk about what is ahead of me right now, and that is the enemy spawn points. I noticed that the game wants to be very difficult when it comes to the spawning of enemies coming back and forth, coming from each side to side, like I mentioned. But I noticed that there are some times where there were so many enemies in the freaking screen to the point where they got stuck in the spawning point, and I tried to shoot them with crossbows, and it worked. It worked. But imagine if you did not have any projectiles to throw at them. You would have to start the whole freaking game over. And there's no checkpoints, there's only save points. So you have to cut your way through these enemies and hope you don't die in the process. And then when you make it to the save point, you can go forward. But if you die before reaching the save point, you have to go all the way back to where you last saved at. Sometimes even back to the fucking beginning. So that's an issue that needs to be fixed and it needs to be addressed. The second issue is that there's no new game plus. So everything I've collected, everything I've encountered, everything I've gained, everything I've experienced, everything I've leveled up with my character, I have to start over again. Is it worth it for a 6-chapter game? Some people will say it is, but with me, I don't think it is, because after all of the progression of the game, and for people that are trophy hunters, it's a grind. It's a repeating grind. So you have to make sure you got every single thing right. You have to make sure that you have not missed anything. And at the same time, for people who want to get the endings, who want to collect all the endings and stuff, you gotta start the game completely over. So I don't think, in my opinion, I think New Game Plus was necessary with a game like this. But is it enough for me to narrow down the game and the game score? No, this game is a very good game. It is a very immersive game. I had a very, very, very good time playing it. And I hope by you guys watching this review, this will pull you guys in to play this game too. It is a must own. I'm going to have to give Trek to Yomi an A+. Now don't get it twisted. I am very stingy with my ratings. I'm very stingy. But by me giving games, animes, movies, shows, you name it, you call it, and the highest rating, it doesn't mean it's a perfect game or a material that I'm reviewing. It means that it passes in fine colors of what it originates it to be. And Trek to Yomi does this. It's a little rough with some things that I have mentioned, but it is not enough for you guys to miss this game out. You will not be sorry. It is only $20. Buy the fucking game now. Well, that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for more of my upcoming reviews and anime videos and video game videos and Let's Plays. Hit it your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and I'm about to play this game again. And you guys have a good day.